If you're watching this, I'm going to assume you already know the value of networking and you don't need me to kind of give you the top 10 best reasons why. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I do it. I'm going to tell you how I do it. And I'm going to tell you how it benefit me, how it can benefit you. So let's get straight into it. So this is how to network and run a successful business. Now, it's super important because networking can take a lot of time, right? It can take four hours of just going to an event, getting ready, looking sharp, and presenting yourself and having conversations. Now, the caveat with networking is you still have to be a desirable, a charismatic, a smart, a person who's going places. Right? You can't just be networking around thinking it's going to save my business, it's going to make me more money. That's not always the case, right? Now, for me personally, I like to divide networking into two categories. You've got paid networking, then you have free networking. Now, these are super important because they fit both budgets, right? Now, paid networking has different levels to it. You've got your low-level paid networking events, your one-off, like your $20, $30, $40, $50 events. Then you have your monthly recurrings. You have monthly recurring memberships that give you access to networks. And then you have things like masterminds. Now, masterminds they're important because they get you around people who have put serious money to get in a room. So they're about business. Personally, I haven't been to any paid masterminds, right? So I'm just gonna, put that out there. But I do desire to go, right? I desire to get out there, go to paid masterminds, network with people who are actually keen and serious and show that they're serious with their money by going to a paid mastermind. Now, free networking is basically going to community events that are free to show up, right? Now, free networking can come in the ways of something like a wedding or something like, a community charity fundraising event or something like an exercise group where you and your buddies go out. Now, there's a bunch of different free networking events. Personally, I go to calisthenics every Sunday and there's just a bunch of people come together and we do a Cali workout. Now, that's a form of networking. It's not for me to like expand my empire and grow in business. It's just for me to meet new people, hang out with people that I don't usually hang out with, and do a workout essentially. So one of the paid networking events, actually before I do, I will say one of the things with networking that's super important. Is proximity, right? You can't go networking in Dubai if you're stuck in Melbourne, right? You can't go networking in Malaysia if you're stuck in Russia. So the reason why proximity is important is because as a business owner, you have to use what's closest to you, right? I'd recommend, unless you're going to a massive event, you want to stick to proximity within 50 Ks of where you are. Why? Because anything over 50 Ks, it will be a hassle to get to, and it's probably not worth your time. So we're networking. This video isn't just about going out there networking. It's about doing it on a regular basis to build recurring networks and recurring social proof and recurring trust within wider communities where you are. So that's one of the things I kind of go over later on in this video, so stick around to the end. But essentially, it's building a networking schedule and finding that schedule and refining it. Let's look at some of the events I'll go to, man. So this is Lux Events, Lux VIP Events. I know it looks very bougie and, top end, high end, but essentially he has paid memberships where, it's a recurring $20 a month and you get access to entrepreneurs who are hungry to network, hungry to grow their own businesses, as well as develop personal connections. Now, I'm not sponsored, no affiliation here, but I have joined. But essentially, this is one form of paid networking. Now, it is $20 a month, right? Another one I love to go to, and I'll explain how these guys use free networking to actually, funnel their, serious customers and community members into a paid membership, is Benzina Stables, right? Again, another great event. Met some of the founders, met some of the owners, great guys, and I have been to their free events. They do coffee and cars, they do, car shows where they bring, really expensive, rare Italian cars, JDM cars, Australian cars, and everyone, all your car lovers love this type of stuff. And personally, I've got some tabs open here. I'm going to go through how you can utilize them and other free events, community events, how to find them, put them into a schedule and calendar that you can routinely go on to actually continuously build trust in your community and build trust towards yourself, as well as running a business. That's the whole point of having a calendar. It's so that you're not going around ad hoc trying to get to this networking event, get to that networking event, and then ending up going to none, right? I've done that before and it feels shit because you feel like you failed. You didn't actually go to any. So again, they have a $20 membership per month. They have a $100 membership, right? It's pretty smart, right? But what they're selling is an exclusive network. Now, whether you believe in it or not, at the end of the day, people pay for it, and those people pay for it have money because they want to meet other people with money. So, masterminds, and I don't have any examples here, but this is another example of a paid community. This community here is run by these two guys. Now, I don't know too much about them. I actually haven't been to their events, but I'm still shouting them out because they have a form of networking where their members are only a certain type of people, right? They're only currently doing $1 million plus in business. So their networking events are more exclusive because the people that are in there are higher net worth people. So if you're someone doing $1 million plus in business, I'm not at the moment, soon to be, but if you're someone doing $1 million plus, you're gonna be thinking, shit, well, I want to apply. I want to be around people who are killing it too. Why the fuck? Why wouldn't I join? So this is a different type of networking event, but essentially it's another form of networking. I'm not sure what their payment structures are, but I'm sure it's affordable yet useful. So how to find networking events? You're probably thinking, oh, that's great, but I live in Cincinnati. How the fuck am I going to find networking events? Search it up on Google, right? Search up networking events near me. You'll get all the professional ones. Keep in mind the easy access, meaning if it's free and it's a networking event and it's marketed as a networking event, you're going to get network marketing guys and affiliate marketing guys going to these to develop their skills. Fair enough, that's part of the game, but it's also good to develop your skills and to talk to people who actually want to talk to you. So you've got networking events near me, and you just go on the sites that host these things. So things like Eventbrite, Meetup.com is another one. All you're going to do is you're going to open a Word doc and write these down. Right? Write these current events down. You can go search for more. The reason you're going to write them down is because there's so much information overload here, and you want to sort things out so they fit into your calendar so that you can successfully show up on a regular basis, not just to the free ones, but also to paid ones. Another kind of little tip you can do, if you don't want to go to networking events and you're kind of like, oh, well, I don't know, it's a bit, I don't want to be selling, I don't want to be salesy, is go to community events, right? When you go to community events, there's no obligation for anything to do with business. It's for the community. But the great thing about community events and the truly unique thing is that there are people who are just business owners that are involved in the running community, in the cycling community. You've got government housing community, okay? Doesn't matter where you are, you're going to find people who either one, run businesses, know people who run businesses, and you're going to develop your skills and communication, right? Being a good communicator is key, not just for networking, but also for your personal life. Now, the good thing about community events is they're free, no obligation. You can do community events for your own hobbies, right? If you like kickboxing, you can go to kickboxing community events. If you like golfing, go to golfing community events. These are things you can do that actually benefit you. Another one of my favorite ways to find networking events. Facebook. Good old Facebook, huh? You can't go wrong. So Facebook's really good. Now you see it's all car shows because that's what I sign up for on Facebook. But essentially, Facebook have events, right? And Facebook actually promote users interacting in terms of events and in terms of Facebook groups. Now, half the job of networking is walking up to someone and saying, hey, my name's Javier, or hey, my name's JT. Nice to meet you. That's it. That one sentence opener. You don't need any fancy lines. You don't need any, as long as you look sharp, presentable, you're not sloppy, you're not wearing daggy clothes, you're not wearing clothes with holes in them, you don't stink. Most people will be happy to have a conversation with you. That's half of your networking done for you. So these are some networking events, and there's a whole bunch of them here. Like, if you can't find an event, you're just lazy. There's no excuses. All right? The only excuse is being too quote-unquote busy. Another great one is Facebook groups. Now, this is more online connecting, so I wouldn't 100% recommend this. At the same time, you can still meet lots of people online, like drift sales. Okay, maybe not. You can still meet lots of people in, certain communities like the writer community. You've got people here in the entrepreneur community. There's so many communities I just joined because fuck it, right? Because who cares? I might go to an event, I might not. But it tells Facebook I want to go to these types of events. Recommend them for me. You can do the same with your own interests, right? No pressure. So that's my TED talk on building a network and running a successful business. Now, I didn't actually create the document here, but essentially that's networking at its finest. Awesome. So if you like that video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, stay tuned for more, and enjoy the rest of your afternoon.